Egyptian achievements. Hieroglyphics, Egyptian writing system, one of the first writing systems. Earliest known examples are from 3300 BCE, carved into stone or other hard materials. Egyptians later invented papyrus, which is a long-lasting paper-like material made from reeds. They made it by pressing layers of reeds together and pounding them into sheets. Papyrus is tough and durable, but could be easily rolled into scrolls. They used brushes and ink to write. Each symbol represented one or more sounds in the Egyptian language. For example, the owl symbol stood for the letter M. Hieroglyphics could be written vertically or horizontally. It could also be written right to left or left to right. This made it flexible when writing, but difficult when reading. Historians had a hard time figuring out what Egyptians had written because of the hieroglyphics. In 1799, a French soldier discovered the Rosetta stone. It is a huge stone slab inscribed with hieroglyphics. It also had text in Greek and a later form of Egyptian writing. Because the information was all the same, they were finally able to figure out what the hieroglyphics said. Papyrus didn't decay in Egyptians' dry climate. This allowed all of their texts to survive, such as government records, census texts, and medical manuals, even literary works like the Book of the Dead, which was a book written about the afterlife. Egypt's great temples. Egypt was also famous for its architecture of pyramids, but also massive temples. Many of the temples shared similar features like sphinxes and obelisks and huge gates. Sphinxes were imaginary creatures with the bodies of lions and the heads of other animals or humans that lined the path leading to the temples. Obelisks were tall, four-sided pillars that has a pointed top. The temples were lavishly decorated, such as the Karnak temple. Columns were covered with paintings and hieroglyphics. Here's a couple of examples here. Egyptian art. Egyptian paintings were very lively and colorful scenes. The art was depicted on the walls of temples and tombs. Egyptians used canvas, papyrus, pottery, plaster, and wood for their art. Only kings, priests, and important people could enter tombs and temples, so only a few people ever actually saw the art. The art would include scenes from important historical events, major religious rituals, and everyday life, especially farming and hunting. Egyptian art, more of it. Their art was very distinctive. The heads and legs were only seen from the sides, while the upper body and shoulders were shown straight on. And any important figures in the artwork were much bigger than others, like servants and conquered people. Their animal artwork was very realistic. The Temple of Karnak is one of the great temples that included the beautiful artwork. Other temples were built by Ramses the Great at Abu Simbel, and this temple was known for its huge statues at the entrance. It included a 66-foot tall statue of Ramses carved out, right out of the sandstone cliffs. It also included statues of his family near him, which were much smaller.